Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Kalabar. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon by talking about something Disney related. This of course is going to be about one of the movies again. It makes sense, considering the fact I'm going to talk about the movies and whatnot. So I'll talk about anything related to their films, or the company as a whole. So this time around, it's going to be, yep, a sequel. Oh boy, yeah. Which I've watched on Disney Plus, even though I do own it on this pack, which has the first and second one. So yeah, just watching there anyway, I guess. So there's that. I figured I'll just do this, might as well, since I talked about the first one already. And yeah, just like the first film, it's a Disney Channel original film, which these types of movies I tend not to care for really, because they're not exactly their best films, like, at all. I mean, it varies, kind of, to really bad, or kind of okay. These movies never really, uh, like, impressed me in any shape or form, like, at all. And, I know those are kind of okay, I guess, but still, these types of movies I tend to avoid, because I don't like them, really. I mean, some of them are okay, I guess, but still. Yeah, they made a franchise out of this for some reason. Anyway, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So, whatever it is. Basically, centering around the idea, just like the first one, that there's this young witch and her grandmother. They must work together to uh, fight off this wicked warlock's son before he can use this powerful spell to create chaos around the world. And yeah, and then the whole bit of time traveling is used as a plot device for this movie for some reason, which is kind of odd for anything about it, because out of all things used as a plot device for these kinds of movies, you have to use this. I mean, really? But yeah, this is something they wanted to do for whatever reason, and that's basically the whole idea. If the young witch has just spent 2 years with her grandmother while hosting this I guess you would say this Halloween party for the mortal neighborhood, I guess you can say. She, the young witch, tries to impress this new boy by showing him this this magical hidden room, which of course backfires because this individual, this boy, is the bad guy, and he, of course, grabs hold of the spell book that's held on knowledge, and yes, of course, chaos ensues, obviously. So, but the craziness, this entire thing started because of the fact that she made a mistake. So yes, they gotta work together as a family and use spells or whatever to defeat the bad guy. Because the bad guy is, of course, is up to no good. And why? I don't know. Because it's like a revenge kind of a thing, I suppose. There's no rhyme, there's no reason, just because. The villain character is probably the worst part of the movie, if you ask me, because he's just there to be there, just to get things started. So, if anything, that this character is just there. The bad guy character is just there, just to set the plot up. That's it. That's it, really. But yeah. So yeah, this movie's alright. Uh, it's okay. Maybe it's very just like the first one. Keeps it safe in a lot of ways. And I know this one does attempt to be darker in some ways, which I'm fine with. But um, I mean, for a TV made movie, the effects okay, I guess. The effects aren't too bad considering the fact that it's again a TV movie. So they're alright. Okay. So, but the film as a whole, I kind of wish that it could have used more variety, more creativity. So in some ways, it's a missed opportunity when I think about it. So, I mean, granted, the first movie was by no means a great film either, and neither is this one really, like, at all. And, so, I mean, they're not the worst movies I've seen, and that's not much of a compliment really, like, at all, whatsoever. But yeah. Like the first movie, it's just fine. It's just fine. And, yeah, I don't hate it, folks. I didn't watch this movie. I mean, okay, technically I didn't walk. I just watched on Disney Plus, as I mentioned earlier. I was not expect. Point being, I was not expecting anything like at all, and that's what it delivered. Nothing special, nothing fantastic. It did what it's supposed to. I mean, I guess for the little kids, I guess you may enjoy this if you're under the age of what 10, or unless you're one of those people that saw this when you were like what really young and have a soft spot for this movie, and you're like maybe in your 20s or 30s, and then I guess in that way you might still enjoy it more than I do, and that's great. If you enjoy this more than I did, good for you, I guess. But for me, folks, it didn't do anything for me. Um, yeah, it really didn't do anything for me. I don't know. I know they made more, which I'll get to later, I guess. Whenever I have the chance, I suppose. But yeah, Halloween, yeah, Halloweentown II. Um, it did not need to exist like at all. Okay, people like the first one, and of course they want to make another one. But it doesn't expand on what was already done. It doesn't really do anything special, really. At the end of the day, it's just there. It exists just because people like the first one, and that's all. And but yeah, in some ways I felt like it wasted my time. Because it feels like it's just kind of repeating itself to some extent. Family gotta stay together. Family gotta stay, uh, believe in each other. Family can stay together in some ways. Family. Let's stick together as a family because we're supposed to love each other and take care of each other. And no matter what, let's stick together through thick and thin. That's it. That's like the whole theme of the movie, really. No matter what happens, we have to respect and love each other and whatnot. So yeah, it's just basically using rehashing the same kind of themes from the first movie. I mean, again, not that I was expecting much anyway, so it's whatever. This movie's whatever, I guess you can say. Yeah. Not to criticize the film for really anything is that there's probably too much talking. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind if those movies have lots of dialogue, if they actually amount to something, but there's not enough action for the entire movie, so in a lot of ways I kind of felt the pacing suffered because of that. So, yeah. But, I kind of wish that the movie could have just sped up a bit more as a result of that. Because, like I just said, the pacing suffered. Just talk and 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 then more talking and more talking plus more talking. Ugh. But anyway, like I was saying, this movie's alright. And yeah, if you enjoy this film, that's great. I know, but yeah, there's not really much else I can say about this. Really, just put this, the same thing that I said in the first one. I can say the same thing here. The acting is okay. The way it's edited is okay. The storyline's fine. It just, again, like I said in the first movie, it felt like it was done like in a specific manner, in just in a very specific way, really. And I mean, yes, people had criticized this film for having a ridiculous script, which yes, okay, the script itself is pretty ridiculous, sure, but not that the first movie was groundbreaking by any means, like, at all, like whatsoever. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to justify anything. That's not what I'm trying to do. The other characters did come out rather bland and dull in a lot of ways and whatnot, so whatever. I do think the whole time traveling thing is weird. It's kind of stupid. Yes, even for a Disney Channel original movie. what the hell? What? But, yeah, it just come out like, in a lot of ways, this movie lacks any kind of imagination. Really. Disney had produced better, and they have. So, I don't know what I don't know what's going on here, really. And the villain is pretty obvious. It's quite obvious from the get-go that the villain is the villain. Why? I don't know. Because the plot said so. That's why. The the movie needs an opponent to set things, get things going, and it's just there. I mean, sure, keeping stuff simple can be good. I'm not putting that down, folks. I'm not gonna get mad at for making the story simple. But my issue with the simpleness of this film is like it's done not out of creativity, but moreover of just laziness, really. And this could have been a good movie. I'm not saying it could not work, because it could have, but it's keeping things simple, just simple, straightforward in some ways. Just out of laziness, like the script writers didn't really want to explain some things, some aspects of the story fully. And if you mess around too much with the time traveling, you can have dire consequences. Which probably would have been way too dark for a movie like this, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, this was, of course, a major disappointment. Okay, I shouldn't say disappointment because that implies I expected this to be good. Because it really wasn't. But I guess if anything, I'm disappointed in Disney in the sense that they could have done better. Yeah, whatever. I'll give this film an overall rating of a 5.1 out of 10. It's a 5.1 out of 10 for me. And as always, thanks for watching, and take care. Until next time, see ya. Oh yeah. Later. Yes, sir.